All right, I think I'm live. I'm not sure if it's working. I've had some problems with my cell phone. I'm very sad it wasn't working. I don't know why, but let's see. I'm gonna check my phone to see if you guys are connecting. I hope you are. And hopefully it will work now. So, 1 second. And well, I see there are some viewers already. This is wonderful. I'm sorry. Something went really wrong with my phone. I don't know why it's updated, but the app was crashing. So I'm using my computer. The quality is not so great, but I hope we can enjoy the video and have a good time. I'm trying to see the messages right now. I'm not seeing anything. So let's see. I'm gonna try to work this out. 1 second, guys. Um, very well. I think I can see the yes, I can see the chat. Hello, guys. Hi, Eddie. Hi, Thiago. Hi, Davi. Hi, Anna. Thank you all for joining. And I am sorry that I started the live streaming and then I had to stop the live streaming because my cell phone walked out on me. It stopped working. So thank you all for being so patient and kind. Today is the first live video of 2018. I'm very happy to be here doing this live video for you. And I hope the subject can help you because I think many people here watch TV series, right? Tell me, what is your favorite TV series? Which one do you watch? How often do you watch TV series? And are you trying to watch TV series to learn and to improve your English? And if so, you have to watch this live stream. You have to pay attention, take notes, because here I'm going to tell you a little bit about how you can improve your writing and your listening by using TV series. I see more people are joining. Someone from Barcelona. Hi, Eloy. Thanks for joining. Khan, thank you so much for joining. Alamin, thank you. Brad, thank you so much for joining. Iwa, I'm not or Eva, I'm not sure I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Jumar said he loves Big Bang Theory. And let's see who else shares with me what you guys are watching as TV series. Okay. Um, Anyways, I watch TV series all the time. Okay, guys, I really like to watch TV series. I think that it's a wonderful way for you to not only learn English, but also a little bit about the culture of those countries. Okay, it's not only American TV series. I think today we have amazing Canadian shows, British shows. So it's nice to give an opportunity to TV shows from different countries. Now, I think that by watching TV series, you're not just learning English. You're learning so much more. You are learning how. Native speakers have their daily life, their daily routine, how they communicate with one another, how they talk in more informal situations, how they talk in more formal situations, what kind of slang they use. So it's a very interesting opportunity to use TV series in your favor. Okay. However, the first thing that I want to talk to you about is why do I want to focus on TV series today to help you improve your writing and speaking and listening? Sorry. Because, I've had so many students, and I think that the biggest difficulty many students have is to organize ideas. Okay. Many students have problems to organize their ideas when they are writing and especially when they are speaking. I always give video activities to my students, short video activities. And the first thing I ask is, okay, you watched the video, summarize the ideas for me. And I noticed that very frequently students struggle to organize their ideas when they are explaining a video they watched, when they are summarizing the ideas of the video, the main ideas, details. They don't know what is general, they don't know what is detail. They get very confused. All right. And I also noticed that the same happens when I talk to my students and to friends as well about TV shows. Many non native speakers have trouble explaining, talking about a TV show. Because let's be honest, it's not that simple. Okay. Depending on the TV show, it can be very tricky to explain and to talk about it. So, by using the TV series to help you practice your writing and listening, you will be helping your speaking as well. Sorry, you will be helping your speaking as well because it'll help you organize your ideas. I guess that the main goal of these tips is to help you better organize your ideas when you're going to speak, when you're going to write. All right? So, as I said, the first main difficulty is to organize ideas. All right. So, you're going to watch TV series. If you're going to watch TV series to help you improve your writing, to help you improve your listening, let's forget about the entertainment part, okay? Because one thing is to watch a TV show to relax, to chill, to have a good time. Friday night and you want to relax, you grab a beer or chocolate, why not? And you just want to enjoy the moment. This exercise is not for these moments, okay? Please. At this time, you are going to relax and enjoy the show. So, if you want to use my tips here today to help you, try to set aside some time to do these exercises. Because when you watch TV series this way, the way I'm going to suggest, it's not going to be very entertaining. Okay, so if it's your favorite show, I wouldn't recommend doing it because you would feel a little tired, a little bit down because you're not having so much fun watching TV shows. For example, I love watching Grey's Anatomy. I don't use Grey's Anatomy to help me study English. I just have fun with the show, cry watching the show, and that's it. Now, other different shows I use to help me learn English. So try to measure that, okay? And make sure that you know when you're using the TV series to have fun and to relax, and when you're watching TV shows to study English, to improve your writing, to improve your listening, and consequently, your speaking. Okay? Good. So you have to know that it's important to set aside time to do studying rather than entertainment. And how are you going to do that? To do these exercises, I'm going to suggest you, it's better if you choose a short episodes that are short, okay? Most of the times, TV shows are about 40 minutes to 1 hour. So I do not recommend doing these exercises with very long shows. You can do it if you want, but it's just going to take a very long time. What is best in this case? Use TV shows that are shorter, that whose episodes are like 20 minutes up to 25 minutes. This is the best kind of episode that will be the most appropriate one for you to work on your English, to really study, okay? Excuse me. So, what kind of TV shows am I talking about? Friends, How I Met Your Mother, The Big Bang Theory. What else? The Good Place. These are all very short shows, and consequently, it's easier to keep up with these shows and do exercises that are going to help your English. Okay. Very nice. Now that you know that it's difficult for you to organize ideas, for most students it is. If you haven't paid attention at that yet, think about it. It's hard. I sometimes have problems to summarize some shows I watch because they're so complex. So this requires constant exercise. Then I moved on and I said that you need to consider the entertainment and the study time. These are two different things. Don't use your favorite show to study English. You may get a little bored or upset because you can't continue watching because you have to study. So choose things that choose some time to just dedicate to study. Then I said that it's important that you choose short shows. If they're too long, the exercises are going to be too long. Therefore, not all of you are going to have time. Hello to everyone who is joining right now. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you enjoy. I'm talking about how to use TV series to improve your writing and listening. Anyways, now let's get down to business. All right. How are you going to do this exercise? As I told you before, shows that are up to 20 to 25 minutes, these are the best shows. And what are you going to do? First, if this show is new to you, it's nice to read about the show. Okay, so if you've never seen anything about the show, please make sure to check maybe a video trailer, an introduction talking about the show, or read a little bit about the show, a reveal about the show, so that you get the main idea of what this show is about. Whenever I want to watch a new show, I always do that just out of curiosity. I want to know what the TV show is about. Okay, so I think it would be nice for you to check what the show is about. Now that you have found the show, you really know what you're going to watch. The episodes are not long, they're short, okay, about 20 to 25 minutes. You are going to divide this episode into parts, okay? That's why it's better if it's 20 or 25 minutes, because you're going to divide it into small chunks of 5 minutes. That's going to be a good way for you to work with the episode. And remember, here we are exploring every bit of the show, so it's not really for entertainment. It's also important that you have a piece of paper, a pencil, or your cell phone. My cell phone abandoned me today. I don't know what's going on. Or your own computer, okay? Open up a Word file so that you can type things as you start watching. That's why I recommend a piece of paper, a notebook, because if you're watching on your computer, you're watching the show, then you have to switch tabs and go to the Word file, so it wouldn't be ideal. So when I do that, I use a piece of paper, I grab a notebook, and that's how I work at this moment. Okay, so you're gonna watch the first 5 minutes. What happened? Okay, then these are the questions you have to start asking yourself. You're going to take notes. What happened during this first 5 minutes of the show? Okay, you can write keywords. Remember, I think in my previous video, this week's video, I talked about how to improve your listening, and I told you about the importance of keywords, content words, verbs, adjectives, W8 questions. These are all keywords that are going to help you understand the main idea of the video, of the audio you're listening to. With the TV show, is not any different. So during this first 5 minutes you're going to watch, take notes of keywords you're listening to. What is the main idea of this first part? What is the main plot? Who are the people that you see in this first 5 minutes? It's really important. Another thing I noticed is that when we're watching TV shows in English, we don't always remember names of characters, who they are, who they're friends with, who they're dating. So it's nice to start working on that. Of course, when it's your favorite show, it's easier to remember everybody. But when it's not, I've noticed that when students are using TV series to study English, they have difficulty remember who people are. Okay, so during the first 5 minutes, you're gonna see a lot of people. Who are they? How relevant to the story are these people? So write it down. Here, you are going to be working on your listening and your writing. So it's okay if you need to pause the video. This is practice. This is not the real world. In the real world, we can't pause. We can ask people to repeat, but we can't really pause all the time. But here, you're practicing. Keep that in mind, okay? So during the first 5 minutes, you're going to pay attention to the characters, what is happening in this part of the story. And here, this is the moment when you have to be honest with yourself. Could you understand this part of the show? Could you understand the introduction part, the introduction to the story? Could you understand that? If the answer is no, you have to watch again. You have to repeat that scene until it's clear to you so that you can move forward to the next 5 minutes. All right. And this is also a moment when you can check the vocabulary in those first 5 minutes, because if the vocabulary was not clear to you, how can you move on? Remember, this is to practice. This is not entertainment. So you can't just move forward if you're having trouble with the first 5 minutes. Another thing that is very important here, the ideal is to use subtitles in English. So if you are a very early beginner or a false beginner, you may have problems with subtitles in English. So I recommend that you use subtitles in English to do this exercise. Okay, because that way you're going to listen to the audio, you're going to listen to people speaking, and at the same time, you can check the vocabulary so that you can pause and write things down. So this is good. All right. Now, you got the first part, the first 5 minutes. Was it clear to you? You understand the main ideas. So is it time to move forward? Yes. But why don't you write a short summary of what you understood of this first part? And then you can write in first person. Okay, in this first part, I saw this character. Her name is Joanne. She is a doctor and she is in a hospital. She's running because she's very busy. So ask yourself questions. There are so many things you can practice. By writing a summary, a short summary, you are learning how to organize your ideas. And believe me when I tell you, I have more than 10 years of experience. This is very difficult for non-native speakers to do in English or in other language they're learning, to organize ideas, to explain things. Okay. Hey, Jaime, thanks for joining. Long time no see you. Thank you very much for joining. So, first part is off. Now you move on. You're going to move on to the second part. If you repeat it many times, you're probably tired by now. But remember, it's an exercise. You're going to be practicing your writing and your listening. At the first part of this exercise, you're probably going to be watching from 5 minutes to 10 minutes, from 6 to 12. And you're probably going to have more information, more explanations on what is happening to the in this episode. So it's also important to pause so that you write, okay, what is happening? What is the main plot? Are people fighting? Or are people doing something? Are people going somewhere? So what do you understand in this part of the episode? It's really important that you take notes. So the story is probably developing right now. The plot is happening in more details. So it's really a good idea to pause. In all the 20 minutes of this of the episode you're going to watch, you are going to need to pause and take notes, and this is going to help you with your listening. And one nice thing you can do while you're doing this exercise is you can deactivate the subtitles and then activate the subtitles. You can check your listening to see, okay, did I really understand what they were saying? Because sometimes people speak way too fast. So you can check, you can test your listening skills by choosing like 30 seconds and removing the subtitles just to see if you were really able to understand, to catch the main ideas. This is a very nice exercise to work on your listening skills because it'll be native speakers. They are not teaching you English. They are talking about random subjects, and this is the best opportunity for you to test your listening skills. You test your listening by watching videos or listening to podcasts that are completely unrelated to English. That's how you test your listening skills and how much you're going to improve. That's how I check my listening skills. If I want to see if I am improving, maybe I'm trying to understand a specific accent, I watch videos that whose speakers have the accent I'm looking for. And then I make sure that I understand all the ideas. And that's how I test my listening. And these videos are usually about different subjects. They're not really teaching me English. Okay? Very nice. One ideas that I have for you while you're doing this exercise, because at the end of the day, you will be repeating this process in all the parts of the episode. Now, here you will be able to work on listening to general ideas and listening to details. What do I mean by that? During 20 minutes of an episode, there is a lot of information. Okay, you're going to listen to everything. So you need to analyze what is relevant to the plot of that episode and what is not, what is just a casual conversation at a bar or at a coffee shop. So you will be able to tell by watching the TV series in parts what is relevant to the episode, to the story of that episode, and what is not so important. This is listening to details and listening to general ideas. Okay, during a specific scene of the episode, you will be able to know if it's very important and really relevant to the episode for you to understand what the episode is about, or if it's not so important. And this is a good thing for you to write down as well. Okay, so in this episode there were a lot of things going on. I'm imagining this writing. Okay, so there were many things going on. There were two important characters. Okay, John and Mary. Who's John? Is John a teacher? Do you know if John is a teacher? Do you know if John is a driver? Or do you know if John is a police officer? And who is Mary? Is she his ex girlfriend? John's ex girlfriend? Are they friends? Are they siblings? So you will be able to learn in every episode a little bit more about the characters, a little bit more about the plot of the story. And by doing this with the episode, you will be able to organize your ideas more clearly. Work on your listening because you're really doing an exercise here and really helping your speaking in general. Because imagine when you have an opportunity, a real opportunity to sit down with someone and talk about your favorite show. You will have, maybe this is not your favorite show, but it's one show you can talk about. And this will help you boost your speaking skills because of all this preparation you are having in advance. Okay, so this is something I recommend my students and all of you guys because you are all my students. Right now, we have 18,000 subscribers. This is so awesome, and I'm so grateful that you are part of this. So thank you so much for joining. And if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to hit the like button and maybe share this video with your friends on your social media. Okay, I see that some of you were saying we're talking about some shows that that you like to watch, like Friends. Friends is definitely a nice show. There were some other shows like Big Bang Theory. Someone said Big Bang Theory. How I Met Your Mother is this. This is a very nice show. I definitely recommend to my students because it is really great. Okay. Now that I gave you some ideas of how to improve your writing and listening, what is the biggest challenge with doing this exercise? It requires time and dedication. Okay? It's not always a fun exercise to do. And I'm always trying to give you. Oh no, let's see what happened. Did I miss the. No, I think it's working. Let's see. Can you guys still see me? Is it still there? Because I got a weird message. Yeah, it is. So I just overreacted out of nowhere. All right, as I said, I'm always trying to bring you ideas of things you can do that will help you use your time the best way possible and also have fun with the activities. However, if you want to practice your listening and your writing, at some point you're gonna have to do more exercise that are a little bit longer. Oh, Gilmar is saying, by the way, John and Mary are hunters of witches. Yeah, I hadn't thought about that. Anyways, this exercise will require a little bit more of discipline and dedication on your part. And one thing that students always tell me when I recommend some shows, oh, but teacher, this show has 10 seasons. I'll never finish if I study this show by doing this. Remember, the idea is not to finish the show. The idea is not to watch the 1,000 episodes. That's not the goal. The goal is to watch that single episode. So if you can do this once a week, Awesome. Okay. You don't need to do this every day. Remember, learning a language is about balance. So you don't need to do these exercises every day. But if you start doing this exercise once a week, that's already a win. Okay. It's already great if you do this exercise once a week. And if in the future you can do this exercise more often, wonderful. The more, the better. But the idea here is to keep in mind that the goal is not to finish the show in 1 month or in 2 months or like in a week. Not at all. The goal is not to watch quantity, the numbers of episodes, but quality. It's to help you be able to really talk about that show confidently. Because sometimes, depending on the show, I can't really talk about it because I don't remember the names of the characters. I don't know the main plot. I don't know how to explain the main plot. I think this is the biggest challenge. Not everybody knows how to explain the main plot of the show. Jaime is talking about Young Sheldon. It's a new show, very funny. I like this show as well. I started watching. I need to get back to it. I think I saw the first 3 episodes. It's really good. So the idea here is not watching many episodes, but focusing on key episodes. Another thing that I see many people talking about on Facebook groups, on Google Plus groups, is about watching the TV show and using the subtitles in your own language. I I recommend that if you are a beginner, like 100% beginner, if you've never watched shows before, if you're listening, if you have real trouble with your listening, then to start, I recommend watching the show with subtitles in your language. Okay, but as you move forward, as you start to make progress, this is something that you should stop doing as soon as possible. Okay, this is the recommendation I give my clients, the recommendation I give my friends that sometimes ask me for some advice on how to watch TV shows. So keep that in mind. If you need subtitles in your language, do it, but don't stay there forever. The idea is to track your improvement. And if you're watching the TV show in English but with subtitles in your language, you will never really know if your listening is improving because every time you look down, you see the translation. So, how do you know you are really getting what the characters are saying? You do that by removing the subtitles completely, yes, at some point, it's a good idea. But remember, the idea here is to help you improve your writing, organize your ideas, have a better listening, and all of these things together will help you with the speaking because the amount of vocabulary you are going to get is unbelievable. I have a student of mine, he had never watched Friends before, and he asked me to help him find the show and watch with subtitles in English. And I helped him. He has the shows now. And after 1 month, he comes to me with this notebook and he shows me all the vocabulary he's learning, all the expressions, all the slang. His intonation got so much better because he was pausing and he was trying to repeat after the characters. This is another thing you can do because now you're not focusing on the entertainment aspect. That there are so many things you can explore. And he would sometimes pause the show, play only one part, and then he would repeat after the character, repeating the intonation and trying to say the same thing because he had the subtitles to see. And let me tell you, his English improved so much after he started doing this exercise. The exercise, I'm telling you, he improved it like dramatically. His intonation was much better. His pronunciation was much better. He was using vocabulary that native speakers use. Another problem that native speakers have is this. Sometimes you learn stuff at school that you don't really use in real life. Sometimes you learn things in books that you don't really use in real life. And how can you get closer to real life English if you're not living in those countries? TV, talk shows, TV series, movies, music. all this vocabulary they use is very close to the reality you're going to face if you go to these countries. That's why I really recommend this exercise. This student listened to me. He did it. He's much better. Every week he talks to me about a new expression he learned, or every class I notice that he is really trying to become a native speaker. He makes some jokes. He uses some sentences that students in my country at least don't really use. Brenda is saying that her favorite TV show is The Originals. Awesome. I love this show. I can't wait for the new season to start. This is another show that I only watch to have fun. I don't watch this show to study. I like to use Friends a lot to study because they're short episodes and there's a lot of conversation, a lot of everyday conversation. So that's why I watch Friends a lot. How I Met Your Mother is also a very nice show because you get to see a lot of everyday conversations between friends going at a bar, and it's really cool to see this kind of conversation. Zed or Zied, I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, is saying my favorite one is The Walking Dead. It is so cool. I love The Walking Dead. It's like amazing. I love this show. I would have many recommendations to give you. Eddie, you love How I Met Your Mother. Me too. I didn't like the ending very much. Did you like the ending? Let me know. So these are very effective exercises you can do. You will see that another thing that you can do after you practice writing and listening to this show, dividing into parts, is record yourself. Everybody has a phone today and a phone that usually works. What can you do? Download a recording app, and after you watch the show, record yourself explaining, talking about it. Ah, teacher, really? Should I do this? I do it when I'm working on my listening skills. I do some specific exercises to help me summarize ideas. Okay, in spoken language, in written and spoken language. This is a very challenging exercise that many people don't know how to do. Summarizing ideas and being able to tell other people the most important aspects, the most important pieces of information of an audio, of a podcast, of a movie, of a short video. This is a big challenge. I practice this every week. So I listen to the audio. I take my notes, I write it down. Then the next thing I do is I record myself explaining what I watched or what I heard, and then after that, I listened to see how bad it was. Because sometimes you make mistakes. Sometimes you get nervous and you can't explain. Sometimes I time myself. Can I give an explanation in 30 seconds? How can I explain this in 30 seconds? Or how can I explain this in 1 minute? Or how can I explain this in 2 minutes? Get creative, especially if you're studying alone. If you don't have a teacher, if you don't go to school, if you don't have private classes, you need to get creative to practice your speaking. And I see so many of you ignoring the power of technology today. Recording your voice and comparing to original files and checking your listening to see how clear you sound is a very effective exercise. You should start doing this. You should keep doing this if you already do it. And if you're not, you should start doing it, because I promise you, it's something I do. I study by myself. I don't really have a teacher right now. So definitely work on that aspect. Okay. Anyways, guys, I just wanted to say thank you very much for being here tonight. Again, I apologize for the live issues that I was having at the beginning. I started it and then I stopped doing the live video. It stopped working for some reason. But I'm happy that I was able to do this live video for you guys. It's on the computer. The quality is not so awesome, but I really wanted to do this for you. And I think these ideas will help you change a little bit the way you use TV series, okay? Keep in mind that just watching TV series as entertainment will not really help you improve your listening and your writing and your speaking. You have to be active. You have to do a little bit more. And that's my goal here tonight, to show you that there's so much more you can do with simple TV shows. Okay, that's a good way. It's a good way to start. So I want to thank you all for staying with me, Brenda, Israel, Eddie, Ziad, Gilmar, Adriano, all of you guys that stayed tonight. And I will be making the live videos twice a month now. This month I've been a bit busy at this beginning of the year, so I'll be doing the live video on the first Friday of the month and the third Friday of the month. So next Friday, no live video, but then the following, yes, live video. Okay. So I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Yes, I'm the in 2 weeks. Next Friday, no video. The following Friday, video, and it'll be at 8 o'clock. Okay, 8 p.m. Brazil summertime. Guys, thank you all so much for being here. Thanks for always supporting me. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button. It really helps me when you do that. And sharing, it also helps me a lot when you share the videos on your social media. Okay? Thank you so much. Have a good night, you all, and I'll see you very, very soon. Thank you, friends. Bye bye.